In this video I'll be installing this door kicker on this side of the door, and we'll share with you the tools that I need, a couple of installation notes and structural notes to make sure that the kicker actually holds and works as intended. The door kicker has a mounting plate here with 4 holes in it for 4 screws. These holes are also countersunk. They're kind of cratered out in a V to accommodate a flathead screw. So try to find some screw that kind of fits the countersunk profile in this mounting plate. I found these number 8 screws a little too big. Number 6 would be nice. I couldn't find number 6, so I'm going with these ones. The second thing about screws that I wanted to show you is make sure the screws are not too long. So that's how it's going to look like when it's installed. Make sure it doesn't poke out on the opposite side of the door, and it also has to hold enough for the forces that are applied on this door kicker, so the screws don't rip out. So there, I went with that length, just like so. No measurement, just no measurement with numbers, just measurement like this. So I'm gonna be happy with that, just like so. Other than the 4 screws that are selected in such manner, this door needs to be pre-drilled because it's a solid core door. There is wood in it along its edge, into which the lock set is installed higher up. So the wood is about, I don't know, 40 millimeters, inch and a half, 38 millimeters, something like that. And wood has a lot of give in terms of forcing the screws into it, but beyond that, this part here is particle board, and particle board is rigid and it cracks. So these screws need to be pre-drilled. For this reason I have, of course, a drill set and a drill handy with an appropriate drill bit that will pre-drill. That will pre-drill for these 4 screws. I also have this depth gauge. That's what this white tape is on it. That's my depth gauge. So I have to go no deeper than that for installing these screws. Also, some of this threaded part of the screw is gonna be through the mounting plate. So actually I only gonna need to go that deep there, that deep. With the drill bit, a little bit of extra depth there doesn't hurt the installation, but definitely no deeper than the length of the screw. Other than that, I just want to point out that the lower screws need to be holding more than the upper one. You can see that just by hand holding it, it goes away from the mounting plate, goes away from the door along its lower edge. So there's going to be more stress on these lower screws than on the upper ones in terms of pulling out that way. The upper screws, if I hold it at the bottom, then you can see that the mounting plate sides up, so the load on the upper screws will be shear going in this direction, whereas the load on the lower screws will be in this direction, pulling them out. So that's why I want to pre-drill it with the exact size of drill bit. Make sure that the threads bite 100%, especially the lower ones. Other than that, for height, I'm not doing a fancy layout, just it's going to be installed like so, and it has to be away from the edge in terms of horizontal placement. It has to be away from the edge, just enough for the door stop on the door jamb. That would be the door stop there with that gray button on it. So I need to stay away about this much with this installation there. So I'm going to be happy with this location in terms of sideways. How about there? I'll be happy with that, and that also looks good for height. No, it doesn't. There, maybe there, something like that for height. Good to go for pre-drilling wherever the holes are. Actually, I'm just gonna go and center and eyeball it to the center of the holes in the mounting plate. So I'm good to go for drill. Once the first hole is drilled, just like so, I'm gonna put the first screw in place. Fairly straightforward, and yes, you're gonna be sitting on the floor holding the door with your feet or whatever is available. Door shims have also been invented already, so that goes without saying, but you may not have those handy. I do not want to tighten this. I want it to be able to rotate it a little bit so I can square it up so the edge of this door kicker is parallel with the edge of the door. That would be desirable there. So now I can go ahead and drill the second hole, or there. I like seeing what I'm doing, so that's why I rotate it out of the way. Yeah, that hit a hollow spot. I don't know what's gonna happen there, because it's for the screw. There's nothing there that's gonna hold the screw. That's not a good situation. Let's see what's gonna happen there. Yeah, we'll go with that's good there. Yeah, that's good. That's gonna be holding. That's got wood behind it. Alrighty. And the fourth hole is gonna go there. Yeah, that has no holding whatsoever. It's just gonna be for decoration. Yeah, that's just the door skin. Fantastic door manufacturer, eh? Yeah, that's gonna happen eventually. So we're gonna have two solid screws, that one and the one I already have in, and the other two just for decoration, I guess. Alright, I got the first two screws in, somewhat tightened. Let's test the installation. Yeah, that's holding the door fantastically well. Alright, so for the last two screws, because they're just for show and tell, and management is not gonna know, these screws, make sure you don't strip them. I mean, just like so. Whatever little they hold, that's it. Yeah, maybe hand tighten with a hand screwdriver or some such thing. Alright, let's take a look at it from outside. Fantastic. Alright, I say that's a 100% good installation.